Hi guys, welcome back to New Dram Drinker. You might notice that we've got a video that's out of our usual time slot, and there is a reason for that, because we had a whiskey recently that dropped on our doorstep that is fit for the summer.
Yay.
And we have heard that at least around by us here in Birmingham and Solihull around that, we've got a heatwave coming.
We've got a heatwave coming!
Thursday and Friday is meant to be
Bank holiday
hot.
Monday, so it would be so good, wouldn't it?
So this whiskey actually is perfect for that, and if they've timed it just right in a way to release it, because this released in America a couple of days ago, I think. They've been kind of slow releasing it in different places, and we managed to get hold of a bottle. So you've already seen what it is. It is the Johnnie Blonde. It's from the Johnnie Walker team. It's not a Johnnie Walker whiskey as such, but it is from the same team that bring you Johnnie Walker, and it's actually got it on the logo, Johnnie Blonde. And it is actually designed for cocktails. It's still 40%, but they just say that it goes in a cocktail, and
Designed
it's basically
to be drunk with mixers.
drank with mixers, yeah. But we thought, being as we're a new dram drinker, we're going to try it as a dram,
Because we like a cocktail
because it's not
though as
new
well.
cocktail drinker, even though we do like cocktails.
So we're going to do both.
So we're going to do both. We're going to drink it as a dram, then we're going to drink it in the cocktail that they recommend you have it with. We'll get to that in a minute. But
I'm excited. It's something different, and you know, our past history with Johnnie Walker has been dubious, but this is something innovative, I think. It's fresh looking. They're telling you exactly what it's for. So
And it's coming
it'll be
out,
really
if
good.
you look online about it, they're actually saying it's for non-whiskey drinkers, which made me initially think that it wouldn't be 40% for someone. I just thought they'd have dumbed it down a little bit, but I think they're going to let the cocktail mixers do that. The cocktail that they recommend you use it with doesn't really have a lot of other flavours going on, so I think they're trying to still keep the backbone of whiskey in the cocktail, and I think they probably, I'm expecting it to be a little bit light on flavours, if you know what I mean, just
But we'll
so it
get
doesn't
to that.
lose it. But we'll get to that. So first things first, we will get to drinking it as a dram and see what we think, because
And we literally have
history
not tried
hasn't
this.
been good. So
We've not done our notes in the week because it only came recently. Like, we haven't literally have not tasted it.
now this is probably going to be, if it's lovely, that's great. If it's not, it's a little bit unfair on it, because it, like we've said, it is designed to go into like cocktails. So it's not, they haven't designed it to be drank like this, but we just thought we'd give it a go, because you never know. It might be, we don't like normal Johnnie Walker, so drinking one that they don't class as normal might mean that we like it. So let's go on.
I'm going to say the nose is quite nice. It's quite sweet.
Fruity.
Caramel.
It is very much summery.
Yeah,
on the
it's
nose,
not
I would say.
harsh.
Yeah, all
It's
the
not
white
huge,
fruits.
overpowering either. It is quite a
No,
light nose, yeah.
I'm getting a lot of white fruits, sweet,
I think there's a nice little
sugary.
caramel,
Yeah,
sugary toffee note there.
there is definitely. I've just
Yeah.
got that now, and you said that, yeah.
Kind of balances it out. It's not overly sweet, but it's not overpowering either.
I wouldn't say a non-whiskey drinker would nose this or at the moment and kind of go, oh yeah, that's not whiskey.
Yes.
Which I'm thinking that's what they're saying. If it's non-whiskey drinkers, because
They're touting it as to put with
well,
mixers.
maybe it's not necessarily people who don't like whiskey. It's more aimed at people who are just getting into it. So a non-whiskey drinker that's getting in. I see non-whiskey drinker as someone who's like, I don't like whiskey. I've tried it. I don't like it. Maybe it's just, it was like us at the start.
But when
maybe.
you think, if you have a cocktail, so I used to drink cocktails before I was into whiskey. I liked rum cocktails, and I like vodka cocktails, for example. But I couldn't drink vodka or rum straight. It's not something, I've tried rum since we've got into whiskey, because obviously they're very similar. I don't like that. But when you have a cocktail, you need an alcoholic element, if that's what you're after. Obviously, if you're having a mocktail, it's different. But so I'm thinking that's what they're saying.
Yeah. And I know that a lot of people who watch this don't like cocktails, and I can fully understand that. That's kind of why we're doing this, because if you might be tempted to buy it to drink it as a dram, just for something different. Maybe you've got the whole collection of Johnnie Walker and you want to add this to it. But we'll let you know what we think. So should we try it?
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay, initially for me, it's had a little bit of time to air. there's a sweetness when you first drink it, which kind of turns into a little bit of a funky note.
There's a
Straight after,
spiciness
there's
right
a spiciness
there.
as well.
Maybe that's the peppery that you had on the blue.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But it's a lot more of the peppery note than the fresh ones that you get on the nose.
It's not the easiest
No.
whiskey to drink, I'm going to say, straight. I think, like you said, the fruitiness, the sweetness is still there, but very short-lived. It's not a complex whiskey.
It's got the little fizz.
Yeah,
and
there is a spiciness, like the
there's
pepper.
pepper.
Yeah, it's not
spices.
warm.
The
Baking
spices
spices.
actually build. I'm going to go straight into the finish, I think, because the spices for me on the finish really grow, which takes me back to the blue label, unfortunately.
But then sometimes if you're having a cocktail, it needs to have a little bit of oomph, otherwise it's going to get
that's what I'm almost
swallowed
giving
by
it,
all the mixes, isn't
I'm
it?
giving it a little bit of a pass on it because it might work like a treat, with lemonade and some orange, which is what they recommend you have it with. So even though I'm not blown away,
but we weren't expecting to be in some respect.
it's all right, It's all right. It's nothing amazing.
No, I think that
there's
funky
enough
note
going
is-
on to make it drinkable as
Do you
a
know what
drink.
I think that funky note is? It's almost like a liqueur. It's got that like kind of sugary, syrupy, thick.
Yeah.
But there's a
Dram type, would you say?
maybe I haven't had Dram in a long time. It's like a liqueur type funky note, but that sweetness goes really quickly.
I would almost say that there's a little bit of an artificial note in there as well. Can't quite make out what it is, but I wouldn't balk at having this as a dram, to be honest, if there was nothing else on the bar. But it's not too bad. You don't like it? No, I'm getting that gist. Do you think, before we go to the cocktail, that you'll like it in a cocktail because of that spicy edge?
Maybe, and to be fair, we've had whiskies that we've bought for reviews or done reviews of that aren't our favourite, and we put them in cocktails, and I've never had one where I
So
can
you
go,
know what I'm getting off this?
that's awful, I think.
Now I'm thinking about cocktails a little bit more. Have another dram or another sip, and think of what it would be like in an old fashioned with the Angostura bitters, giving it that spice. Imagine it with a bit more syrup, like the sugar syrup, just to sweeten it up a bit. It's virtually.
I think there's a liqueur taste to it. I do.
It's not. I reckon this wouldn't be too bad in an old fashioned either. I thought it might be a bit weak to hold its own in an old fashioned, but I think it might be alright. Should we move on to the cocktails?
So when you get the bottle, it comes with this lovely label that's not in English.
I presume when you buy it, if you buy it over here, it will be English.
But it's not hard to say. It's Johnny and lemonade. We've worked out orange, ice, lemonade, Johnny Blonde.
And that's the one they recommend actually on the bottle. So we thought,
and because it's a tall glass,
there you go,
that's
there's
why we were
yours.
thinking summertime.
And that's mine. So we're going to give it a go. Now we like our cocktails, so we're looking forward to trying this. To be honest, so cheers.
It literally is it's very diluted,
Cheers.
isn't it, in the lemonade?
I can hardly taste
I can't
that.
taste it either.
That just tastes like. Do you know what?
Lemonade with a something.
I actually put more in than they said you should. They said put
did
40
you?
mil in, but my jigger's only 25 or 50, so I just went for 50 because I couldn't.
I'm going to say when I'm drinking this, the orange, because it's fresh orange, is beautifully overpowering.
It's a lovely drink.
I'd say there's
but
lemonade and something.
Would you know it was whiskey?
No. Actually, I'm going to take that back. I think I would know it was whiskey because it doesn't taste like gin or vodka.
It needs a bit more.
It's
Let's
a
try
cheeky-
that.
it's a cheeky
So we're
idea.
probably up to what, 55 to 60 now. So and that's all in the top. Don't stir it. Let the whiskey stay at the top. Give it a bit of a chance. Get in there.
Now I would know it was a whiskey and lemonade.
But they say a tall glass, so it's not like we've done it bigger than this because these aren't massive glasses. Yours is quite thin, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. It could be. Do you know what it tastes like to me? It's like, if you go to a cocktail bar and you spend 15 quid on a cocktail and you drink it and you think, I don't even know how much whiskey was in that, because that just tastes like pop. It's like that, to be honest. I'm going to put some more in, because I'm not getting a lot from that. Do you want some more?
I think maybe, but
give that a go.
maybe,
so we're up to about 70 ml now.
Maybe it's not a tall cocktail. Maybe it needs
It's
to
a
go
tall
in.
glass.
No, but maybe it needs, for us, maybe it needs to go in a martini glass. Can you stir that for me?
Maybe.
Do you know what I mean? Maybe. We're on camera. It's just because that's what you do at home. Do you know what I mean? Like if you made it maybe in a martini glass and you did 50-50.
Right.
Like 50 ml
70 ml of whiskey
in a tall
in
glass.
a tall glass. Now we're getting somewhere.
And the colour has changed.
Yeah, now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Still not very nice.
I'm just trying to think how to say that. Considering it's got lemonade in it, which is really sweet.
I think I preferred it when I couldn't taste the whiskey, to be honest.
It's not sweet, yeah. And do you know what? Is that the misconception? It's for people who don't drink whiskey because you can't taste any whiskey.
Maybe.
But then that seems pointless, doesn't
you
it?
hit the nail on the head there.
Maybe it seems.
But maybe it's for non-whiskey drinkers who want to say they drink whiskey but don't actually like it. I don't know, because it just doesn't work for me.
I had
I'm
high
afraid.
hopes there.
I did.
Yeah, I did.
I did.
Especially with the summer coming, I was thinking, oh, this will be so good.
People are going to think we're just on a Johnny Walker downer, but we're not. We genuinely want to. At the start of our journey, I wanted to collect all of the Johnny Walkers. I'd got plans for this bar to have them all along the front, because I just thought it was a brand that you should have and that they would be nice. I didn't know any better, so I thought that's a brand to get. They're relatively cheap at the start, like the red label and all that, so it's not that expensive to get to the higher ones. It will take you a while, but we've tried a few and it just never worked.
How much will this be when it comes out over here?
I paid $29.99 for it, but I think that was an overinflated price because they got it, so I think they were trying to take advantage of it. I've seen it as little as £16 somewhere. It was out of stock, so I don't know whether that's a true price, but yeah, £16 on one of the websites.
Can I, in true comparison style, I'm going to say, so quite often in our old fashions, in our cocktails, we buy like Famous Grouse or White and Mackay, whatever's on offer. I'm going to say I'd like to make one of those with the lemonade and orange, because that's not a cocktail I've ever had before.
Yeah.
Normally I'd put ginger in
I
mine.
think if they recommend ginger in one of their other ones, and I just don't think that it
So
would
I'd like
work.
to try one of our cocktail whiskies with lemonade, and actually I'd be interested to try that in an old fashioned, and I'll just post it on Instagram just to see.
If you do fancy trying it, but you don't fancy this cocktail, I'll bring some more up on the screen now. It's probably going to come up straight over Nicola's face, so you won't be able to see her for a bit. But here's a few more cocktails for you to try this whiskey in that we just thought it might work with.
Really simple ones,
Simple
nothing complex.
Nothing complex. We've kept it very similar to the one that they recommend you trying. So if you do fancy it, just have a go at some of those cocktails. Let us know what you think. Let us try it on its own as a dram, and let us know what you think as well. Because
don't take our word for it.
It's just if you can get it and it's not too expensive. For 16 quid, it's probably worth trying, to be honest, because you might love it, especially in the summer. But so it's a bit of a fail for us, I'm afraid, isn't it?
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Interesting indeed. A fail for me. I think for you as well. It was a fail for you before it was for me, I think.
I don't know. I just and there's something. Do you remember when they did a brand before that was for the ladies?
Yeah.
And it just feels slightly,
pink bottle, wasn't it?
It feels slightly gimmicky, and I'm slightly offended by the fact that there's one for the ladies. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just it's an interesting marketing strategy.
There's a little bit of a trend starting, because I think Glenmorangie have done X, I think it's called, and that is for mixing as well.
Yes.
So it seems to be this kind of thing that they're not just happy hitting whiskey drinkers, they want to try and hit non-whiskey drinkers as well and kind of bring them into the fold, which I suppose from a business point you can't blame them. But
depends what you're after. Like you said, if you want a really lovely cocktail with maybe whiskey in but don't actually want to taste a lot of the whiskey, then this will probably be perfect.
Awesome. So before we go, if you are a member of our Certified Originals Members Club, We have got a Discord chat that you automatically get access to. A lot of you aren't in it, but trust me, you're missing out on so many events and things that we do within the Discord, all the tastings and things like that. I've said it before. If you'd like to join in with the Discord, just let me know. You can contact us anyway, social media or anything. As long as you're a certified original, which is free to join, you can get access to the Discord. So we'd love to see you in there, and we'd love to have you along to do some of the events and tastings that we do. So that's it really. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
It has been a pleasure as usual. We hope we've brought a whiskey to you that you haven't heard or seen of before, because it's always nice when we can do that.
Yeah.
And we will see you again at our usually scheduled time
Yeah.
next. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Bye.